Hello there guys, Nintendo Fanatic here, and as any or most of Nintendo fans, if you've been watching the E3 press conference, I wanted to kind of do a little rundown, maybe some thoughts and opinions on the digital event itself. I'm not going to go too much into detail because if you guys have a Nintendo Wii U, if you go on the tablet on the eShop, you can actually watch the E3 stream. I think it's available all week. There's more to come on certain things, but the rundowns of the basics was a 55 to an hour promo, pretty much, package of the games that you'll be seeing, and I'm going to condense that mostly. There's one game in particular I wish to talk about. I'm going to basically mention an overview of some of the games. If you guys know, the 3DS is getting a revamp from the Zelda series. We have Zelda Triforce Heroes coming for the 3DS, which, if you know, it's focused on multiplayer and co-op gameplay, which I thought was quite interesting. You know, you have the green Zelda, the red Zelda, and the blue Zelda. They're kind of like the cheerleaders. You working together to take on puzzle elements, you know, fighting the bosses. It's like the older Zelda, you know, what took from A Link to the Past, and kind of making it more modern for the 3DS, which I thought was really cool. Then you also have Zelda Hyrule Warriors Legends for the 3DS, which is a revamped version of the Wii U, condensed for the 3DS, with Hyrule Warriors gameplay, with the mechanics, you know, kind of like Dynasty Warriors, taking some levels from Wind Waker from the Wii U and adding characters and elements such as levels to those games, which I was really surprised by. There was Super Mario Maker as well, with the elements of taking Super Mario and making your own levels that you can share. Nintendo is kind of, their key word, as they said, was transformation or transition. It was kind of it was one of those words, I know that. Their key is to kind of hand the power of gaming over to the public, to the players, you know, and I thought that was kind of cool. So it's kind of like an advanced ROM hack, I would say, but I don't want that to sound derogatory. I mean, like, it in a positive way, that you can control levels. You can create them in the style of the early NES games, the Super Nintendo era, and I believe they're working on a 3D plane to make the N64 era with Super Mario 64, that kind of 3D aspect to be played through. So there were quite a few games. I'm sure there were more. I didn't want to give too much away because if you guys want to check out the event on the Nintendo Wii U, I know I'm not plugging this, I swear. It's just I prefer Nintendo. I know some people will cover the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox Ones, but the Nintendo was the thing I focused on most. I got my Triforce t-shirt on, so we'll get into more details. But the opening, I was completely thrown away by. When I'm really bad with names. I know one of them was Shigeru Miyamoto, but I'm really bad with developers' names. They came out in puppet form and they started coughing and spluttering all over the place, and then all of a sudden they turned into the Falcon, the Rabbit, and Fox from the Star Fox. We are getting a new Star Fox game, guys. Star Fox Zero for the Nintendo Wii U. I don't have the exact date. I'll probably leave it in the description below, a link to the E3 event as well, if you guys want to check it online. I believe it was online, I could be wrong, but I'm going to continue anyway. It's a HD overview, like, it's not a remake, which was one of the things that I was glad about, because I think we have a lot of HD remakes these days, and they kind of oversaturate sometimes. So I think having that variety is good, you know. There were a few other games mentioned for the Wii U. There's a new Skylanders game as well, with the introduction of Magma Bowser with some new amiibo, so any amiibo fans, you know, look out for those hopefully soon. They're Skylanders figures, but they have a twisty notch on them to turn them onto amiibo, so you can actually interact with hopefully older and hopefully newer games. So Magma Bowser might become an additional character in Smash Brothers. Who knows? I need to find out more about that, and obviously I'll keep you guys posted if I can. But Star Fox Zero focuses more on a HD plane where you're riding around in planes, you're taking out the enemies like you did before, with all new cast, with a few new members. I believe there was the pig. I can't remember if he was in the old one, because I was a fan of, I had it on the Super Nintendo, but I brushed past the Nintendo 64 because I didn't have a Nintendo 64. So as I said, I kind of brushed past that, but it is looking good. You know, like the gameplay, you know, as I said, I don't really focus on graphics too much, but when a game has aesthetics, when the color scheme is right, the energy is right, it has it all there. And it's just going on. I think it's amazing that they do that. And it was cool that they started coughing, and then one of them turned into the Falcon, you know, Captain Falcon, who was obviously, you know, then you got basically the Fox, the Bird, and the Falcon. I'm really bad with names, Which sounds stupid because I like Star Fox, but I can't remember the characters' names off the top of my head. I often do that, I often forget information, and I do apologise for that because I feel that I should be explaining it to you as in-depth as possible, but I want to kind of compress this into, you know, maybe a 5-minute vlog or something, just to kind of give you guys a little taste if you didn't check it. As I said, check it out on the Wii U, or online if you wish. There are new tasks which also, as I said, interact with the Nintendo Wii U gamepad. They have first-person and third-person view, so the television, I believe, is in third-person, and the Wii U gamepad is in first-person, which I thought was really cool that they would do that. So what that means is that if you go into like hidden tunnels and areas to find like coins and collectibles, you can use the gamepad to view it in spy mode, so it's like a camera, so you can kind of see it. So as you're playing it, you're kind of analog. The controls handle as well, like the ships did, so you would kind of turn them left and right, and you would rotate the gamepad, and I think it does have touchscreen availability. Again, the Wii U I think is really good for interactive games. I mean, the PlayStation and the Xbox, of course, they are in their own way. You know, other people will be covering those events, but Nintendo was more my thing. And I was really excited to see that they were working on that. I mean, Skylanders looks amazing as well. You know, Donkey Kong and Magma Bowser, two characters that have already been mentioned. There was tons more stuff that they mentioned, but I just wanted to give like a quick overview of that, especially with Star Fox, you know, being surprised that after, I think, has it been 13 years since Star Fox Adventures for the GameCube, I think this is the first Star Fox back, and it's called Star Fox Zero, because it's a brand new Star Fox game. It's not a HD remake or a continuation, it's trying to be a new adventure, it's trying to reinvent itself with new gameplay mechanics and various things, and new courses, new missions. So in the upcoming weeks, I'm sure, or in the upcoming days, we'll find out more about it, and there's probably tons of info online anyway. But I just wanted to give you guys an overview of the Nintendo E3 conference because I thought it was pretty awesome. And please check it out if you haven't already. I've been Nintendo Fanatic, and I will see you guys in the next one.